What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. I will be releasing that long form expose that I've been promising you. I'll be releasing that later on today. You'll get it today. Um, the first part of it, the first delay on it was that it wasn't finished. Now it's basically finished. It's just that if something pops up before I release it, that's going to be a smaller file that I think I need to speak on, such as this case, then I go ahead and put this to the front, because that file on the long form expose with the Jane Elliott component to it, that's going to be a large file. It's going to take a while for it to upload. So I'd rather get little small stuff like this in ahead of it anytime something pops up. And this is important, alright? But you will get that from me today. Now, the police in Baltimore have murdered our 23-year-old sister, Korryn Gaines. They've murdered her. And in this video, I have taken the time to put together some evidence just based on what is known thus far, to show and prove that indeed this was a murder, that once again these devilish ass, satanic ass police are lying, and that this is some bullshit. Alright? I always tell you, if they are breathing, they're lying. Period. Period. First, we're going to begin with this article, and then I will begin to lay out my evidence accordingly. Alright? Baltimore white devils fatally murder woman in Randallstown barricade. Baltimore County City said that they murdered a woman Monday after she pointed a gun at these devils and threatened to kill them during an hours-long standoff at an apartment in Randallstown. Police identified the woman as 23-year-old Korryn Gaines. A 5-year-old boy in the home was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but is expected to survive, the assholes said. It is not yet clear whether these assholes or Korryn shot the child, according to police. All that is a lie. All that's a lie, everybody. But let us go on. Korryn's uncle, Jermaine Barnett, said the child was Korryn's son. Police said they had not confirmed the relationship between Korryn and the child. But now, listen to that. The same sentence. Her uncle said this is her son. Period. Police said they had not yet confirmed the relationship between her and the child. But you just had the uncle say that's her son. The assholes said they did not yet know whether any of the devils involved in the shooting were wearing body cameras. The police department began phasing in its body camera program last month, but only some devils have received the devices. Police Chief Jim Johnson said that about 9:20 a.m., several warrant squad members and a uniformed asshole went to the home in the first block of Sulky Court to serve arrest warrants on Korryn and a man who lived in the house. The man in the apartment allegedly ran from the home with a 1-year-old child, but was caught by the devils. The man's name has not been released. Korryn was wanted for failing to appear in cases related to a March incident in which she was charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and numerous traffic violations, Johnson said. The assholes repeatedly knocked on the apartment door and heard a man's and a woman's voice, as well as a crying child. No one answered the door after police identified themselves. An asshole got a key from the landlord and opened the door to the apartment. The devils could see that Korryn had a long gun, and she pointed it at one of the three officers. Johnson said she was seated on the floor and had the 5-year-old in her arms. Tactical personnel were called to the home and began an hours-long negotiation with Korryn. During that dialogue and conversation, she repeatedly pointed a long gun at the devils. About 3 p.m., Korryn pointed the long gun at the devils and told them if they didn't leave, she was going to kill them. One of the assholes then fired once at her, and she shot back several rounds. Police fired again, killing her. It was unclear where in the apartment the child was during the gunfire. More lies, more inconsistencies. All right. We're going to come back. The name of the assholes were not released per an agreement with the county police union. The names are expected to be cleared later this week, or to be released later this week. Korryn's uncle said his niece was feisty, but she was smart and she was respectful. My niece is a good person. I never knew her to be a rowdy person, he said. His twin brother, Jermaine, described. I thought his name was Jermaine. Anyways, his twin brother described Korryn as a beautiful person, really smart, intellectual. I'm in a surreal state of mind right now, Jermaine said. She was loved by everybody. I'm going to miss her, and I love her. At the scene, Monday afternoon, the devils drove around the area, instructing people to go back inside their homes. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to minimize witnesses and video. There was at least 6 police cars outside and officers in tactical gear. Baltimore County police officers have shot 2 other people this year, neither fatally. All right, now let me help you understand why this is some bullshit. All right, I made some notes, and I had not read that article. All right, and I will put the link for this this full press conference in the description box underneath this video. All right, it's 16 minutes long. But there's several problems with this from the get-go, and we're going to go through this forensically so I can help you understand all the problems. All right. First, let me pull up some pictures that I'm going to need to assist me. All right. Now, first of all, this is our sister right here. All right. That's her. And then, of course, as I say, you can watch this full press conference on your own. I'll put the link in the description box down below. But I'll be illustrating to you some of the things that they are saying and my issues with them. Now, they claim that this all began about 9:02 a.m. All right? And they also said that there was several of their warrant squad members along with one uniform police asshole. All right? So apparently the warrant squad is different than actual uniform police. But that's what they said. They said there was several warrant squad members and one uniformed asshole. Now, my problem with that right off the bat is they said that she was being sought for something that happened in March. Why are you waiting 5 months to go and serve a warrant on her? And the fact that she was there tells us she was not a flight risk. Otherwise, she would have been gone 5 months ago. So we're not dealing with a flight risk. We're not dealing with a murderer. We're not dealing with somebody that robbed a bank. We're not dealing with any of that. All right? Now, this is what this asshole had to say. You may need to turn your volume up on this portion. All right? Let's see. This goes 104.
The male was wanted for assault, and the female was wanted on an arrest warrant for failure to appear on cases related to an incident in March of this year, where she was charged criminally with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and numerous other traffic charges.
Now, problem one. They say that she is wanted for disorderly conduct. That's nothing. You don't serve a warrant on somebody for disorderly conduct. You don't. All right? Secondly, they were saying numerous traffic violations. Again, no violent crime. All victimless crimes. And you want me to believe now that you're showing up 5 months later to serve a warrant on this sister. They said that the dude, let's go back and hear it again. He was wanted for
the male was wanted for assault, and the female
assault. All right.
Was wanted on an arrest warrant for failure to appear on cases related to an incident in March of this year, where she was charged criminally with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and numerous other traffic charges.
Okay, and also resisting arrest. So, how are you being served a warrant for resisting arrest? If you're resisting arrest, you were arrested. They don't let you resist arrest and you go home. Huh? In fact, most cases, if you're resisting, you end up dead. So that's a problem. Right out the gate. Right out the gate. And they say that the brothers wanted for assault, a warrant for assault. Now, that becomes interesting because later on they say to us that they don't know the identity. They don't have the name of the dude. That's a problem. Because at one point, this asshole standing there at the mic tells us that the officers did their investigation. What was the notes I wrote now? That they said they did their investigation to determine absolutely, what was it? Officers conducted their investigation and research and determined with accuracy that the two people that were in the residence were people that resided there and were the subject of the damn warrant. So if you got a warrant from me, you got my name, right? But yet throughout this whole thing, they keep claiming they don't have his name. They're not positive about his ID. That's a problem. That's a problem. All right. Now, I'm going to try and keep my stuff in order, you guys. But like I said, my notes are kind of scattered. And, you know, you're trying to follow bullshit. So that in itself takes talent. All right. Let me see now. They also now claim that the brother, there was 2 children in the apartment. They claim that when they got there with the several warrant squad members and 1 uniformed cop, they want us to believe that they knocked on the door, everybody. And that for 10 minutes they stood out there knocking. But they could hear the voice of a female and a male and a small child crying. For 10 minutes, but you've got a warrant. And they claim that they stood out there for 10 minutes knocking. how they eventually gained entry was they went and got a key and opened the door. That's bullshit. Everybody knows that may be how they do it for white folks. But everybody knows if they got a warrant, they come and they're beating on the fucking door. Police officer, we got a warrant for your arrest. And they tell you who the fuck you are and everything. But we're to believe they went there knocking like Girl Scouts, selling cookies and shit. And knocking. This is what they've represented. Alright? Wait, what else? Now, then, let me check my notes now. They claimed that when they first opened the door, they identified the female, that yes, that was the chick that matched the description of the person that lived there. All right? But now, before we go on, I want you to see the demeanor of our sister, because she's talking to her little son, and it's so sad. Because this is prophetic. She's asking him, who are those people and what are they here for? He's like, it's the police. They came to kill us. Turn your volume up.
Who's outside? And what are they trying to do? Sergeant, what are they trying to do? It's good. Do you want to go out there?
We'll hear it again. Now this woman is filming, so she doesn't sound agitated. We don't hear someone who is trying to be Annie Oakley and shit. Let's hear it again.
Who's outside? And what are they trying to do? Sergeant, what are they trying to do? I'm sorry, you said no? It's good. Do you want to go out there?
Now, that is prophetic, you know, and sad. And alas, this little boy ends up getting shot. But you notice she didn't sound excited. She didn't sound distressed. She sounded like a mother who was maintaining her calm for the sake of her child. But also, she sounded like someone who didn't seem like they were guilty of anything, or if they had anything to worry about. You know what I mean? But yet they claim that she had this 5-year-old boy in her arm and a shotgun, everybody, not a pistol. Excuse me, a shotgun. She's a 23-year-old female. And we don't know what her stature was, but my mind's eye tell me she wasn't a big sister. But that don't really matter, because unless you are, goddammit, Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody, you don't see no female handling a shotgun with one hand. You got a 5-year-old in one arm and a shotgun in the other one. That doesn't have the ring of truth to it. And based on just that exchange between her and her son just there, you think that this is a woman that would have her son in her arms and she gonna shoot at the police with her 5-year-old son right there with her in her arm? That's the characteristic of a white devil, not an African mother. That's the characteristic of a savage, a devil, a thing, not a black mother. So we know that doesn't have the ring of truth. And they claim that the dude that was there ran out with a 1-year-old. So I am the Jedi, and I do my work. So let's look at the pictures, everybody. Huh? Wait now. Wait now. These are pictures of what the apartments look like, just so we have an idea. Now, we would assume that this place, because by their own testimony, they claim that after she threatened them with a gun, then they brought in reinforcements and started the barricade and all of it. All right? But forget that. Before those backups even show up, we already know, as I started out, they had several warrant squad members and one uniformed asshole. You want me to believe that they allowed this dude, who was the subject of one of their warrants, to run out of the door past them? How'd he get past them? How'd he get past them? How did he get past them? And not just him, but anybody coming out of that apartment, even if they weren't the subject of the warrant, would have been stopped and said, no, you're not going nowhere. But they want us to believe that he was able to run from the apartment with a 1-year-old while they're standing at the door. Not he ran before we got there. No. Remember, they said they heard the voice of a male and a woman and a crying child. That's their testimony thus far. So, and by the way, some of you guys might want to go and watch the press conference first and then come back and listen to the Jedi. I'm going to play some more of the audio from it, but I'm just saying. All right. But now they want us to believe, because remember, their language was from this asshole chief that gives the press conference. He said, and let us be clear, he said, the officers conducted their investigation and research and determined with accuracy that the two people inside resided in that apartment. This was the male and the female. And remember, they said that they went up there and they heard the male voice and the female voice. And according to them, they want us to believe they were standing out there for 10 minutes, just knocking. Knocking for 10 minutes. Before you then went and kindly got a key from the landlord instead of knocking the door in because you've got a warrant. You see, this was murder, everybody. I always tell you, the moment you start having anomalies, that means there's a problem. That's the stench of conspiracy. You don't tell me you went there and the guy ran past you. Okay, I'm still willing to listen to you. You tell me you went there and you broke the door down. I'm still willing to listen to you. You see? And on and on. You tell me that there was no 5-year-old present when you never saw the 5-year-old. I'll still listen to you. But don't tell me that this black woman is sitting on the floor, and she's on the floor, which puts you at a disadvantage tactically for any type of battle. Even if you're going to be in a fist fight, you got to stand up. Your natural inclination is to stand up, to defend yourself. Even if you just might be sitting at a table and somebody come and start getting loud, you looking up at them, first thing you do is you start standing up. That is a natural human reaction. But no. She's on the floor, everybody, like Xena Warrior Princess. And she's got her 5-year-old in one hand, and she's got a fucking shotgun in the other one. And she's 23. She's 23. See what I'm saying? This ain't Pam Grier. She's 23. But I offer these pictures because I want us to have a visual of the scene. And, you just imagine now, even look where these people are standing over here in this picture on the right. Who's going to be running out of anywhere? With a 1-year-old in their arm, no less. So that means you can't even run the way you want to run because you got a 1-year-old in your arm. Nah. Nah. Something does not add up. But we don't need it to. We know this is murder. This is just more murder from these white devils. That's it. And this is in Baltimore. And so therefore you have this is in Baltimore. This is in Randallstown, Maryland. All right? But you just had all those damn cops acquitted in the Freddie Gray case. These assholes are emboldened. You see what I'm saying? It's time for our brothers and sisters in Baltimore to get armed. Time to get armed. Because what they've essentially done is they've served open season on our brothers and sisters in Baltimore. And they need to be ready. You see what I'm saying? They need to be ready to defend themselves from this fucking white devil. I suggest to you, had this sister had a shotgun, and I don't believe she did. I say to you, had she had a shotgun, we'd see at least one injured or one dead white devil right now. A 23-year-old black woman living in Maryland in 2016 understands when these motherfuckers show up what their game is. She's not going to be inclined to act stupid. Unless she's got backup or unless she's got some tactical advantage and she ain't got her kids in the room and she's ready to take it on, and goddamn it, it's Bonnie and Clyde. They think they can just give us anything. You see? We know it's some bullshit, but these white devils, because they're all the same, they will believe this as if it came down on the tablets with Moses. You see? Because they're all sick. They're sick, and so all of them are. Whether they're just your regular next door neighbor, or they're the fucking devilish ass police, or any of them. So they'll believe that. They're the ones making it up. They're the ones that will believe it. But they claim that this brother ran from the damn house. Give me a damn break. Let's go on, but I want to hear something else from this lying fat ass fuck. You know, they also claim that there was, now this started at 9:20 a.m. They claim that it wasn't until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon that she says, either y'all leave or I'm gonna kill you. So you got this standoff from 9:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and only at 3 o'clock does she say, y'all leave or I'm gonna kill you. Then they claim she fires at them with a shotgun. So I want to see the evidence of a shotgun being fired in that apartment. They claim she shot at them, and then they shot back at her, killing her. But then they claim they're not clear on how the 5-year-old was shot. Really? So you want us to believe that somehow she was able to turn the shotgun around or something? Listen, if she's got that 5-year-old in her arm, that shotgun is a long gun. It's extending out. Ain't no way you won't accidentally just, the barrel all of a sudden just swings around over to little man. Nah. Again, this expresses consciousness of guilt. This was a murder, everybody, by arrogant, fucking, satanic ass white devils. Give a goddamn about that uniform. We don't give a fuck about that. You understand? Give a fuck who they look like. Anybody that's attacking you, it's your constitutional God-given right to attack them. You don't need no law to tell you can defend your own fucking life. It's not clear how the 5-year-old was shot. Oh, it's very clear. It's very clear. Now, let's see. Let's go to 235.
To enter the apartment. Upon opening the door slightly, the officers could clearly see a female seated on the floor that they recognized to be the female wanted in the arrest warrant. It was at that point the officers determined that the female was wielding around with a shotgun.
Wielding around with a shotgun. Wielding around with a shotgun. Huh?
Pointed it at one of the three officers. At that time, she had a 5-year-old in her arm as well.
Now, there's 3 officers. Remember, there was only one. Where did we get 3 all of a sudden? Because there's supposed to be several warrant squad members. And one uniformed police asshole. Go back and watch the video. That's what they say. That's their language. Now he's claiming there's 3 officers.
Seated on the floor. The officers retreated, took a position of cover and safety in the hallway outside the apartment, immediately summons tactical personnel who began hours-long dialogue with the individual.
Now, that's where the standoff begins. But they don't give us any language or any dialogue that went on between these assholes and our sister in all these hours. The only thing they claim she said finally at 3 o'clock was, if y'all don't leave, I'm gonna kill you. A 23-year-old black woman with a 5-year-old in her arm is gonna stand down police, everybody? Huh? Come on now. Y'all know that's some bullshit. But no mention of any other dialogue that went on. Huh? None. Now, damn, I can't read my own writing. Now, they released her name and everything. They claim they don't have the name of the brother, but yet he's supposed to be a subject of one of the warrants. Remember? His warrant was for assault, allegedly. But they hold the police names for 48 hours due to a fucking union, some police union bullshit. If you are a police officer under the sound of my voice, it's not Black Lives Matter that gets you killed. This is the shit that gets you killed. This is what gets you killed. You understand? You kill somebody in our fucking community, and then from the lowest fucking asshole to the one at the top, you all start lying. This is what makes your fucking job dangerous. Do you understand? Stop blaming the fucking victim and take responsibility for your own shit. This is the shit that gets fucking police killed. You don't have to be a rocket science to see that shit. Because people are over it. We're over the killing, and then we're over the fucking lying and acting like we don't have fucking common sense after the fact. Then when somebody in Baltimore rises up and takes out a few y'all fake asses, then you'll be one to say that's some lone crazy nut dude. Nah, that will be one motherfucker that was just pissed off and tired of your shit. That's what it will be. I'm over it. Now, let's go to this other bitch. Let let's see, that one was supposed to go to 310. I went there. Okay, let's see. Now we want to go to, this is important. Now, let's send up the historical white bitch to tell more lies.
All right, the chief was pretty thorough in what he reviewed. I will take questions. I will let you know that you can see my scribbles all over this, but I'm working on a written blog post. This is a little bit of a complicated situation. I will finish that up as soon as I'm done with all of you here and post that so you'll have something in writing. The name of the female suspect is Korryn, Korryn Gaines, Gaines. John, do you have a middle name for her?
Now, he doesn't have the middle name, but when they mention the sister's middle name, listen to how this bitch reacts to it. Where is that clip? Let's go to 9:22. We'll come back.
This year.
Wait.
Allison, I honestly can't remember.
Here we go.
John?
Not 100%, I think it is.
We'll check that. I just haven't had time to do that.
Now, before they say it, let me just tell it to you. The sister's middle name was Shandon. It's that easy. Shandawn. Shandon. That's it. But listen how this white devil bitch responds to this.
The woman's name is Korryn. Middle name is Shandawn. Last name is Gaines.
Can you see the middle name? It's an odd name, yes.
See there? Laughing and grinning and shit. This sister is dead. Yeah, kind of an odd name. That's the bitch you punch in her fucking grill and drag the bitch down the street by her hair. You understand what I'm saying? She's disrespecting the sister in death. That said everything. You're supposed to be in an administrative position in Maryland, and I'm presuming this is Prince George's County. I don't know what county this is in. I can't remember now. But she laughed at that. Because it wasn't Carissa or fucking Taylor or some shit. And it's not a difficult name. It's just like it sounds. Shandon. That's it. But she laughed about it. You see? Again, that's the shit that gets your white asses killed. That's the shit. For all of you who don't know what the problem is, I just don't know what the anger's all about. We need to have a discussion. I'm telling you what the fucking problem is. Now, listen to this question now.
You'll have something in writing. The name of the female suspect is Korryn, Korryn Gaines, Gaines. John, do you have a middle name for her?
No, that's not where I meant to be. My bad.
She's 23 years old. I do not have a name yet, but we'll find that out.
Here we go. Listen.
What is the status of the male suspect and how did he play in the whole situation?
She said, what is the status of the male suspect and how did he play into the situation? All right? Let's hear that again.
What is the status of the male suspect and how did he play in the whole situation?
The male suspect, as the chief explained, was wanted on a warrant for assault. He was also in the apartment.
Now, stop. He was... Wait, let's hear it again. Damn it, I want to get her fucking fake ass white devil ass language.
Whole situation.
The male suspect, as the chief explained, was wanted on a warrant
Was wanted on the warrant
for assault.
For assault.
He was also in the apartment.
He was also in the apartment. So therefore, if you're on the warrant and they know you're in the apartment, they know who the fuck you are. Huh? But listen, keep going, wait.
I'm not sure what his relationship is with her.
I'm not sure what his relationship is with her. Really?
He fled the apartment with the other child. He was apprehended by our officers, so he's in custody. There were two children in the apartment, a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, both boys, I believe. It's the 5-year-old that was struck by one of the rounds and has been hospitalized.
The male suspect is in custody.
That's correct.
Was there any indication?
See there? But they've claimed they don't know who he is. But he's in custody now. Let's see. They say three hours a witness to serve the warrant. After they pointed the gun, they called for backup. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go on. We've got another piece.
Did she say anything or threaten the child that she was holding, or she threatened the officers? Is that all that's happened?
He's asking her about the standoff. Like, is that all that happened? She just threatened the officers. That's it. Like, what else happened? Basically, he's asking the same shit I'm asking. That's all she said in the whole fucking hours is one time she threatened the officers. Wait, let's hear that again.
Threatening the officers, is that all that's happened?
I'm not aware of her threatening the child. The child was with her throughout the duration of this.
I'm not aware of her threatening the child. Why would she threaten her own fucking child? I just showed you her sitting there talking to her son. And what her demeanor was. Fuck goddamn these goddamn it white people. Fuck all of them. You understand me?
Event, she did threaten the officers.
She did threaten the officers. The officers.
Both with the gun and verbally.
You got a female with a 5-year-old and you can't deal with that? Because there's something else that went on, everybody. This was not about warrants. This was something else. Do I know what it is? I do not. But nothing about this is consistent with serving a warrant. What was that other clip? Let's see. We did that one. Okay, we want to go to 11:17. Let me see if there's anything else in this one, though.
5-year-old was with her. Yes, the 5-year-old was with her. The 1-year-old is the child that the male suspect took with him when he left the apartment.
And she was holding the child when the firing began?
I'm not sure about that.
See, he asked if she was holding the child when the firing began. Now the bitch is, I'm not sure about that. I'm telling you, this woman was holding her 5-year-old child. She may have talked shit to the police like, get the fuck away from my door. I don't have no warrant or whatever. But she was holding her child, I promise you. And there was no shotgun. You understand? And they went in and they shot her and the child. That's what I think happened.
Something I'll have to ask the major exactly.
I have to ask.
Positioned.
I have to figure out which lie we're telling on that. That's what that translates into. I don't know which lie we're telling about that yet or how we're lying about that. So I just don't have that lie right yet. You see?
What is the condition of the child?
He has non-life-threatening injuries. I don't know what his official position is.
She's got all this information now. I'm building you up to something, everybody. She's got all this information. What's the status of the child? Well, I know that he's, he has non-life-threatening, but I don't know his actual situation. But she's got information. She's got information. Let's go on.
In hospital jargon, but we do know that he's expected to be okay.
We do know that he's expected to be okay. How do you know that? Huh? How do you know that? Because they must have talked to somebody at the hospital, right? Stay with me, everybody. Stay with me. But now, when we get to 11:17, listen to this shit.
In the altercation.
Why do you not know whether there's body camera footage?
The question was, why do you not know whether or not there's body cam footage? Remember, they've got all this. They've given us the time they got there, how they listened, they know that it was, because they've got, remember, she wasn't on the scene. But they know that the officers did this and the officer did that. They retreated to a position of safety, and then she fired and they fired at her, and the guy ran past her, and there's a 1-year-old, there was 2 boys, and she's got all this information. Now she's asked, why don't you know whether or not there's body cam footage? And listen to the vomit this white satanic reptilian bitch spits out.
We just haven't had a chance yet to find out from all of the officers that were there from their...
Really? But you were able to find out from them about everything else with the fucking case. How many were there when they arrived, when they called for backup, the street was blocked off. Yes, people in the area were told to leave their homes for their safety. We did cordon off the area. All the shit. She knows the lunar landing date. She knows it all. But now, we just weren't able to get that information from officers. Really? It doesn't have the ring of truth. Let's hear that vomit again.
Why do you not know whether there's body camera footage?
We just haven't had a chance yet to find out from all of the officers that were there from their supervisors whether camera footage, whether someone was there who was wearing a camera.
Really? This is why I hate the fuck out of white people until I take my last breath. Because it doesn't matter if it's the bitch next door or if it's a bitch that's... Now, this is going to be a case that's going to get national attention. You see? There she is standing at a press conference, and you see how easy it is for them to lie? These are the same people that made over 400 treaties with the native Indians, if you want to call them Indians, and broke every single fucking one of them. Same people. If they're breathing, they're lying. It's that simple. She said that raw. We just haven't had a chance to... Really? Oh my God. We'll hear that one more time, everybody.
Why do you not know whether there's body camera footage?
We just haven't had a chance yet to find out from all of the officers that were there from their supervisors whether camera footage, whether someone was there who was wearing a camera.
That would have been the first fucking thing out of your mouth when they're telling you about the shit that happened. You would have been like, does anybody have on a camera? Did anybody get any of this? Especially when you find out that there's a 5-year-old boy that's been shot and you're interested in saving your own ass potentially. We're not sure about, who shot the little boy. Oh, we're very sure about who shot the little boy. We're very clear about that. I suggest to you they're going to say that there was no body cameras because it's going to show what we already know, everybody. We're always 100% right in any case. That's why they hate fucking video. Because it only shows us to be right. And shines the light on their fucking white vomit. Which is all that comes out of their mouth. It's going to show that this little boy and the mother were shot unprovoked. There was no fucking shotgun. Where is it? Where is it? And then I have issue with them saying that the brother ran from the apartment with a 1-year-old. You want to tell me he ran? Okay, that still would have been a bitch move. But you going to let a brother run, you want me to believe this brother's going to run and leave the sister there? The only way he does that is A, she's not armed, and B, he don't have the one, and there's no 1-year-old. But you want me to believe this brother runs from the apartment with a 1-year-old, with police at the door, and leaves the sister there? Nah, that didn't happen, everybody. I'm telling you, it didn't happen. I'm telling you, it didn't. I'm telling you. Wow. Did we do 647? Let me just make sure.
Probably know only a few officers are wearing them at this point, but we'll find that out. Yes.
What is the status of the male suspect and how did he play in the whole situation?
The male suspect, as the chief explained, was wanted on a warrant for assault. He was also in the apartment. I'm not sure what his relationship is with her. He fled the apartment with the other child. He was apprehended by our officers, so he's in custody.
Where's the child at? Where's the 1-year-old? This is murder, everybody, once again. And I tell you, it's going to continue, and they'll continue to step to microphones like this and give these bullshit ass, fucking cartoon ass, unbelievable Twilight Zone ass answers until we start having the proper response to this bullshit. Till we understand fully and unequivocally that we are at war with a terrorist. That we do not need to be seduced by any fucking clothing that they come cloaked in. That don't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody oppressing our people and coming with murder needs to be dealt with. We tell our children, you know, there's the whole anti-bullying campaign and all that shit. You know, this is the terrorist upon our people. Even that 5-year-old little boy knew it. Who are those people out there? The police. And what are they here to do? Kill us? He knows that at 5 years old. He knows. And can articulate it. Nah. It's that time, everybody. There's no marching and no protesting that's ever going to get you a goddamn thing. It hasn't and it won't. With any bully or anybody that's ever fucking with you, you have to send them a clear and unequivocal message that fucking with you is not going to be tolerated and that there will be consequences. It's that fucking simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. When they're ready to practice law enforcement by the law, we're happy to cooperate. Not a problem with that. But we're not going to tolerate this vigilante terrorism upon our people. That won't be tolerated. That won't. It just goddamn it won't. And I've said to my brothers, we are not worthy to call ourselves men. Hear this again. We are not worthy to call ourselves men if we are not able to defend and protect our women and our children. That needs to be the last straw with us always. No matter what. It needs to be known. A, you can't fuck with us, period. But definitely, if you would dare to step to any of our females or our children, there's going to be a consequence. All things be damned. That has to be known. That we will absolutely defend, avenge, protect our women and our children. Period. Or we are not worthy to call ourselves men. I've cited for you, when you look around any of these uprisings that go on around the globe, you see the men in the street, but particularly when you see any of the Muslim nations that they attack, or there is any type of shit going on, you are pressed to find women in those crowds, because it is up to the men to be out defending, dying, killing, whatever needs to be done. We should never allow our women to be on the front lines, I've said to you. Yes, there is a role for our women to play, absolutely. We don't do nothing, we don't get nowhere without them. We haven't, and we won't. But we need to understand that in the context of battle, you do not put your women on the front line. You just don't do that. That is not the mark of a man. And the last, a sign of a weak people is a people whose men do not defend their women and children. That means we have to be willing to pay the ultimate price for them. You laying in bed at night, you got the kids in their room, and you and your wife are in your room. Oh my God, you hear somebody break a window. Your wife wake up, first thing you do is tell her, get under the bed and be quiet. And it's your ass that goes to investigate and find and defend and handle. You see? That's our duty to our immediate families, and that is our duty to our family as a community. Every black woman is our sister, our mother, our aunt, our grandmother, and every single one of us has a responsibility to defend their honor, to defend their lives, protect their virtue, and guarantee them safety. That is our job as men. Or you may as well go and give Caitlin a call and find out where you can get one of those fucked up dresses that she wears. How about that? How about that? You need to think about that. You need to think about that. Let us continue to follow this story. Because as I say, this is clearly some bullshit. No question about that. And, if something else develops between now and the time that I get this uploaded, I'll add that. But that's what I know, about this case at this time. Another one of us has been victimized by this white devil, a 23-year-old beautiful queen. You understand? And her son, who will be traumatized now because we have no doubt that he saw the death of his mother. And that alone should motivate black men to be in the street, to do damage. That alone. I'm going to leave it here. This is the Jedi.